Hi there, it's April 15th and time for Proverbs 15. Now, this chapter talks a lot about debating, arguing, having conversation, especially with your spouse or friends and stuff. How to argue effectively, right? Or have a difference of opinion. Starts out simply. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Okay? Remember that when somebody's upset. A gentle answer turns away wrath. Right? Harsh words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise adorns knowledge, but the mouth of the fool gushes folly. Right? Knowledge. The eyes of the Lord everywhere, keeping watch on the wicked and the good. Okay? Good one. More than that. The arguing ones are all yellow. Okay. The soothing tongue is a tree of life, but a pervasive tongue crushes the spirit. Okay. If you crush somebody's spirit, it's very, very hard to undo that. Okay. Now let's jump over here to James. Okay. This is James 1. Okay. 19. My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. Right? You can have a difference without getting angry. Okay? Getting angry only crushes the spirit. Okay? So, quick to listen, slow to speak. That means you listen completely until the person is finished speaking. You don't formulate the answers in your head. You don't cut them off, right? Quick to listen, slow to speak, okay? You wait till they're done, then formulate the answer, and then very carefully choose your words, okay? It's in James, all right? We'll do this again. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger, right? Tongue of the wise adorns knowledge, but the mouth of the fool gushes folly, right? Name calling and stuff, that does no good. Tearing somebody down does no good, right? Soothing tongue is a tree of life, but a perverse tongue crushes the spirit. Okay? You never resort to name calling. Okay, verse 5. We'll touch on more of those, right? Then we'll put them all together at the end. A fool spurns a parent's discipline, but whoever heeds correction shows prudence. Right? That. 6. The house of the righteous contains great treasure, but the income of the wicked brings ruin. Certainly does. Just look at anything going on in the world today. A lot of very rich people are in a lot of trouble. Right? 7. The lips of the wise spread knowledge. Right? But the heart of fools are not upright. Right? Lips of the wise spread knowledge. Got that? 8. 8 and 9 kind of go together, right? The Lord detests the sacrifice of the wicked, but the prayer of the upright pleases him. The Lord detests the way of the wicked, but he loves those who pursue righteousness. Right? I like that. Wicked people sacrifice. They call them philanthropists, right? When they're not really doing a good thing. They just want notoriety. Okay? Better is the prayer of the upright. The Lord loves those who pursue righteousness, detests the way of the wicked. Then, stern discipline awaits anyone who leaves the path. The one who hates correction will die. It's very simple, will die. Okay? Follow the Lord. Don't stray from that path. Okay? Stern discipline awaits anyone who leaves the path. Okay? 11, death and destruction lie open before the Lord. How much more do human hearts, right? The Lord sees everything. Abaddon. It says over here, hell. Hell and destruction are before the Lord. He sees everything, right? Everything. 12, mockers resent correction, so they avoid the wise, right? Yes, they all hang out together. A wise person comes around, they avoid them. 13, a happy heart makes the face cheerful, but heartache crushes the spirit. Right. We've all been there at one time or another, right? 14, the discerning heart seeks knowledge, but the mouth of a fool feeds on folly or foolishness. Right? Discerning heart. You're seeking, that's what we're doing here. You're reading the Bible, you're seeking knowledge. Okay? 15, all the days of the oppressed are wretched, but the cheerful heart has a continual feast. Right? Now, you can have a cheerful heart even when things aren't going well, right? A cheerful heart means knowing where you're going to end up, knowing where it all ends, right? In the arms of God, right? Okay, more on the arguing, right? Better a little with fear of the Lord than great wealth with turmoil. Okay, that's not a... We will change the color of those. Right. Better to have a little, right, than great wealth. It doesn't say rich, it says wealth. Now, wealth and rich are two different things. Okay, wealth means having money. Okay, being rich means having enough, satisfied with what you have, and thankful that you have meals every day and a place to live and a place to sleep. That's rich, okay? Better little with fear of the Lord than great wealth with turmoil, right? A lot of money brings a lot of problems, okay? Every single time. Somebody will always be after it, okay? I don't want great wealth, okay? Do I want to be rich? Yeah. You can have a little with fear of the Lord and be rich, okay? I've known some people desperately poor that are rich because they are thankful for everything they have. They're thankful for their little home and thankful for the meals that they have every day. Okay, that's rich. 17, better a small serving of vegetables with love than a fattened calf with hatred. You go to a family function and everybody's arguing and nobody likes each other. And why do you even go to that? Okay, why stay home and have a salad? Okay, more on the arguing. A hot-tempered person stirs up conflict, but the one who is patient calms a quarrel. Right? You can be the patient one who is quick to listen, slow to speak, gentle answer that turns away wrath, right? Most of the time, it's just understanding how the other person feels and validating their feelings, okay? You can't say that's right or that's wrong because that's how they feel. Right? I understand that you feel that way. And let's fix it, right? Calms a quarrel. Let's fix it. 19, the way of the sluggard is blocked with thorns, but the path of the upright is a highway. If you're following the Lord, he's clearing a path, right? 20, a wise son brings joy to his father, but a foolish man despises his mother. Right. We all want to have wise kids, right? You have to raise them that way. Folly or foolishness brings joy to one who has no sense, but whoever has understanding keeps a straight course. To understand is to know why something is the way it is. Right? The more you read the Bible, the more you will understand it. Okay? 22, plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. Right? Always good advice. Good advice from wise people. Right? If you're trying to do something, if you want to do an endeavor, find somebody who's done it. Find somebody who's succeeded. Find somebody who's failed. They will be glad to tell you, right, Watch out for this. Watch out for this. This way does not work. I will tell you right now. And listen to them, right? Many advisors, you will succeed. 23, a person finds joy in giving an apt reply. How good is a timely word? We'll make that yellow, okay? How good is a timely word? Just the right word, at just the right time, right? The path of life leads upward for the prudent, to keep them from going down to the realm of the dead. Right? It's a climb, okay? Goes upward. 25, the Lord tears down the house of the proud, but he sets the widow's boundary stones in place. 26, the Lord detests the thoughts of the wicked, but gracious words are pure in his sight. Gracious words, right? Gracious word. You can use that when you're arguing, debating. 27, the greedy bring ruin to their households, but the one who hates bribes will live. Okay? A lot of bribing going on now, especially in government. There's a lot of people who have a lot more money than they are making, and that money is coming from somewhere, usually from some kind of a bribe. Okay? And once somebody bribes somebody, they are now working for the person that bribed them. They are no longer working for their constituents. Because whoever bribes them is paying them more. Right? And then they don't represent you anymore. They represent whoever is bribing them. And then they're blackmailed because bribing is not upright and oftentimes not legal. And then they become stuck. Right? The greedy will bring ruin to their households. One who hates bribes will live. Okay? More on the arguing. The heart of the righteous weighs its answers, but the mouth of the wicked gushes evil, right? Weigh your answers. Say it in your head. If I say this, how is that going to make that person feel? Okay? Say it first. Weigh your answers. That's an important one. 29, the Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. Righteous. Seeking after the Lord, right? 30, light in a messenger's eyes bring joy to the heart, and good news gives health to the bones. Right? We all like good news, right? We wait every day for good news, don't we? Whoever heeds life-giving correction will be at home among the wise, right? You have to be able to take criticism, instruction, life-giving correction, right? You're doing this wrong and it's going to get you hurt, right? You have to be able to listen to that, right? 32, those who disregard discipline despise themselves, but the one who heeds correction gains understanding, right? Whoever heeds life-giving correction will be at home among the wise. Those who disregard discipline despise themselves, for the one who heeds correction gains understanding and will be at home among the wise, right? And 33, very important, wisdom's instruction is to fear the Lord, right? It says first and foremost in all of Solomon's Proverbs, first and foremost is to fear the Lord, follow the Lord, revere him, be awestruck by his very presence, right? And humility comes before honor, always being humble, right? If you could pray for anything, the hardest thing you can pray is, Lord, make me humble, okay? And that even helps with arguing if you are humble, okay? God's favorite attribute is a humble follower, okay? And if you are humbled, you will get honored, okay? You won't get honored by being prideful, okay? That honors yourself, and it speaks against that all over the Bible, okay? Wise in their own eyes. There you go. That's Proverbs 15. Good stuff. Now let's put all these arguing ones together, okay? We'll jump back to James 19 and 20 first, all right? My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Right? Quick to listen. Listen first. And then slow to speak, right? What does it say in Proverbs, weigh your answers before you say them. Okay? Because human anger does not produce the righteousness God desires. Got that? So, we'll put these together. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh tongue stirs up anger. What do we say about anger? The tongue of the wise adorns knowledge, but the mouth of the fool gushes foolishness, folly. The soothing tongue is a tree of life, but a perverse tongue crushes the spirit. Okay, you don't want to do that. A hot-tempered person stirs up conflict, but one who is patient calms a quarrel. Right? The person finds joy in giving an apt reply. How good is a timely word, right? Edifying, uplifting, kind words. Okay? Gracious words are pure in his sight. And an important one, the heart of the righteous weighs its answers. All right? Slow to speak. Weigh your answers. All right? Say it in your head first and think, well, is this going to help or is this going to hurt this? Very important. The mouth of the wicked gushes evil. And there are some people you can't argue with because they are wicked, okay? And nothing you're going to say. You're supposed to walk away from those kind of people, all right? No, that's arguing. Good stuff, right? Mostly kind, gentle. All right? What else do we highlight? The lips of the wise spread knowledge, but the hearts of fools are not upright, right? It's talking about the Lord in the Bible, okay? 8 and 9, the Lord detests the sacrifice of the wicked, but the prayer of the upright pleases him. The Lord detests the way of the wicked, but he loves those who pursue righteousness. Okay, and there's a note over here for the sacrifice of the wicked, right? That thing is abominable before God, which the wicked think to be most excellent, and whereby they think most to be accepted, right? The sacrifice of the wicked think they can buy their way out of anything. Interesting, huh? Mockers resent correction, so they avoid the wise. It's these people all hang out together, right? And they're usually carrying signs that advertise their mocking, their foolishness. Okay? They don't hang around wise people. Part of 15. The cheerful heart has a continual feast, right? You can always have a cheerful heart, knowing that it will all end okay, and God is taking care of it. Right? They can take the body, but they can't take the soul. Okay, 16 and 17 is highlighted. Better a little with fear of the Lord than great wealth with turmoil. Better a small serving of vegetables with love than a fattened calf with hatred. Just, all right. Better, and we talked about this in depth, little with fear of the Lord, right? Great wealth. Doesn't say riches, wealth. It says, if you study Proverbs, you will be rich, okay? Doesn't say you'll be wealthy. Wealth comes from being wise, okay? And it does say wisdom can lead to wealth, right? You need to study it. I've studied this 20 times. Out of 24, we're going for 24. That's a goal I set for myself, right? Folly brings joy to one who has no sense. Whoever has understanding keeps a straight course, right? Walketh uprightly, it says over here. 27 is highlighted. The greedy bring ruin to their households, but one who hates bribes will live. We talked about that in depth too. Lots of that going on, right? Whoever heeds life-giving correction will be at home among the wise, right? A wise person is trying to tell you something. You need to listen to him, okay? That's life-giving correction, right? Those who disregard discipline despise themselves, right? But the one who heeds correction gains understanding, right? And he says the most important things are wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Okay? You have to understand it, know why it says what it says. Right? Wisdom's instruction is to fear the Lord, and humility comes before honor. Right? What is wisdom's instruction? Fear the Lord, first and foremost. So, there you go. That is Proverbs 15. Lots of good stuff in there. Okay, lots of good stuff in there. And check out what we're doing in our afternoon through the New Testament in here. We are starting Luke 13 today. So there you go. A good study, right? Take this stuff to heart, especially when somebody's upset. Find out why they're upset. Okay, calm, gentle answer. Listen completely. Okay, before speaking, don't formulate answers. Don't cut them off in mid-sentence. Right? It will go well for you. So there you go. Give us a like if you think about it. But tomorrow we'll do it again. See ya.